Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Senior Podcast Show, powered by the Senior Companies. My name is Paul Burkhardt. I'm the CEO and founder of the Senior Companies. I am not usually in this show week to week. I happen to be in the building and dropped in because I know our guest who we'll introduce in just a moment. To my right, though, my far right, I would like to introduce Audra Stoker, our Director of Business Development. Hi, Audra.
Hey, Paul. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, I'm glad I was here. And directly to my right is our regular host, our Director of Communications, Corey Lear. Hi, Corey.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us, Paul and Justin.
Thank you. And to my left, the one and the only Justin Moussa, who I've known for several years, and I'm glad I had a chance to sit in here. We've known each other for quite some time and had a lot of conversations just like this. Hello, Justin.
Hey, Paul.
How are you?
Great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for
I was
being
already
here.
honored to be here, but then I saw you in the building, and I thought, wow, what a treasure.
So his name is Justin, but we're going to tease him a little bit, and we're going to kind of say that he looks a bit like Aaron Rodgers. If you can get a side profile shot
Show
there,
him the side.
you see the hair.
Oh, man.
And I hear, and he can tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I think the wife likes this look. His soon-to-be wife. Is that right?
That is right. And you know what they say? It's such a cliche, but happy wife, happy life. And I've grown to it, per se, in more than one way. I don't mind it.
That was actually
Good one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been nice. She likes it, and some people
She's
like
happy.
it. That's all that matters, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the ironic thing is he said he's about to be married, and I'm recently married, just past my 1-year anniversary. Him and I were single for quite a while, and he thought it was such a good idea that I did it, that now he's doing it. So when is the big day?
It is actually this weekend.
Oh, my gosh.
This weekend, yeah.
Congratulations.
It's got engaged in February. We wanted to move
She
fast.
wanted to lock it up.
Yep. Looking to start a family, do all the good stuff. And it's
goodness.
like, why waste time when you find that
We're so
person?
happy
You know
for
it,
you.
right?
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
did the same thing. And I know how you felt. And so I feel the same way. And I couldn't be more happy. Hi, Brittany.
Aw.
Oh,
Hey,
shout out,
Brittany.
yeah, shout out to
Very
Brittany.
nice. That was smart.
Yep. Love you.
And so
He's
when
learning
people
quickly.
actually
Dang,
see-
he's good.
I was going to say.
So people could get the real pulse of this. So when people see this, how far are we actually away from the day? Are we 3 days away, 4 days away?
We are we're recording on a Tuesday. It's Saturday. So we're about 4 or 5 days away. Yeah.
How you feeling?
Well, I
how's
was
the
feeling
pulse?
okay until you just asked me that question.
Listen,
gonna
I've
make it
been
through
married.
this?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
Okay.
I've been
It's all
married
right.
for
I
like
know
7 years. It'll be okay.
Someone
I
here
promise.
has medical experience. We'll be all right.
Everyone at this table, folks, if you're not already aware, is married. The person behind us here, behind the camera producing, is also married. So we're going to kind of give him some tips after the show, all right? We'll have some fun with him. So great. I mean, that's really awesome. I'm super happy for you.
You're going to love it. Marriage is great.
I'm really excited. It's
Knowing
gonna
you
be
for as
great.
long as I have, I know that this is something you always wanted to get to. I did as well, and happy for you, my
Yeah,
man.
we're here. You
best
too.
of luck
Congratulations on 1 year. That's
to
awesome.
you and Brittany. I haven't met her. I can't wait to do that.
Oh, yes, you will.
Yes.
Yep.
So we'll get started with the show. A little banter back and forth there to have some fun. Justin is a veteran in the industry, and I got to be honest, and I'm being totally serious here. There aren't many people that I have as much respect for in the industry as I do Justin. He is an absolute star. I've told him that for years. That conversation goes way back. Westwood Inn is so lucky to have him. And you've grown up in the industry, very, very up close and personal look with your mom. Can you talk to our audience about that?
Yeah. So, gosh, my mom's actually been in the industry for over 25 years now. And so when I was younger, when I was in elementary school, middle school, a lot of times I was lucky enough and fortunate enough to be a part of the industry in terms of after school being able to visit mom's community, assisted livings, memory cares, and getting to like see firsthand how people can make a difference in senior living. And I got to speak with seniors. I got to play board games. I got to interact in that way. And I've always been an old soul. So it's it definitely created an attachment for me. And so after I went to school, got my real estate license, Ma said, you know, why don't you come and shadow me for a couple weeks? Just try it out, see what's going on.
And at what age was this, would you say?
Oh,
How
gosh,
old
I
were
was
you?
20, probably 21. Just had my
you were
license.
still
That was like
pretty
3 years ago.
impressionable.
Yeah, yeah. It's 10 years ago, for those counting at home. So I tried. I spent a couple weeks in her community, unpaid, by the way. A little back pay wouldn't hurt. But
Come on, Ma.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I knew then at that point it was for me. Ma always knew, but she had to send that little tester out. So for the last, 10 years, I've been working for a bunch of different companies, opened up a couple buildings. Ma always hinted that she wanted to work with me or have me work for her.
And
I
you
always
took that literally?
Yeah, literally.
Not just figuratively.
And so, year after year, she reached out, and I wanted to make a name for myself. I wanted to be true to who I was, not have that relation of like, oh, you're, Ida's son or anything like that. And so I did that. And then about a year and a half ago, she reached out to me again and said, we're putting up a new community. It's absolutely beautiful. We want you to be a part of this. This is our new baby. And I actually initially declined. I said no. And yeah, I did. I did.
I did not know that,
Yep.
folks. Wow.
I initially declined. They had somebody else for the position. Ended up that person was going to help with some family and go out of state with a daughter that just had a baby. And so Ma reached out to me again, said, now it's meant to be, and now you really don't have a choice. So I looked at the building as it was being built and fell in love with it. And I said, let's do this. I'm in it. So it's been one of the greatest experiences of my life. We've been super successful, and we are so lucky for that. But it's such a beautiful community, great sense, great family oriented, not just because of that. She works at a corporate level. I work at the building level, but it just encapsulates what family is. Everybody works together. We're a big family there. So
That's so true. Jordan and I were lucky enough to go, and we definitely felt it. The welcome that you guys gave us was so incredibly kind. And it wasn't just from your team members either. It was from your residents, from the people who actually live there.
yeah, we have a special bunch.
It was
It's
amazing. It really was.
That's pretty great. And before we actually transition into our main topic, family harmony, I'd like to remind everyone to stay tuned all the way to the end of the show to find out all the details and information on how you can be the recipient of our $500 giveaway. So don't go away, okay? Corey?
I'm so excited. I can't wait to give away that $500.
I know, that's so cool.
Of Paul's
I
money.
was going to step out.
Am I eligible? Is that?
Well, you have Hey, I haven't told them about that part yet.
I was going to step away and let the gals finish, but I think I'm going to stay in because these girls are so wonderful. And this guy here, I've learned so much from him over the years. I'd like to stay. I'd like to learn a little bit more too. So, girls, this is their show. I don't want to interrupt. I'm going to let them take it over.
Hey, if you want to
Take
do
it
our
away.
jobs, that's cool.
Take it away. I got a pretty full plate. I'm going to let you do this.
So, talking in family harmony, I think you see a lot of different personalities coming into senior living. I think when people decide to start looking at communities for themselves or for their family member, I think those situations can sometimes be very stressful. I think some of them arise from crisis type of situations, especially at the different levels of care that your community offers. I think you have also dealt with some family harmony things in your personal life as well, keeping that family harmony. I mean, you said it yourself when you chose to do senior living, you wanted to have that little bit of separation from your mom, even though you love her, because you wanted to stand on your own 2 feet. Have you ever had to manage a situation where family did not see eye to eye, whether that was a brother and a sister or that was a prospective resident and their family assisting them? And how do you handle that?
Yeah, it happens all the time. Anybody that's been in this industry or worked in this industry knows it's tough. Family dynamics are always different. There always happens to be one family member who lives out of town that's rarely involved, but they all of a sudden want to make the decisions and everything. But Most of the time from what I deal with, and I can give you an example from the other week, I had a couple of sisters who came in looking for mom. Both had difference of opinions. One looking to move mom that day. The other one, figuratively, not more as literal, but and the other one very hesitant and had reservations because she thought moving mom to a community would cause a sharp decline. So like anybody in my position, my job is to do a discovery process, find out what's going on with mom at home, what's the situation, and what their ultimate goal is. So this particular situation was mom that's been living by herself for the last 8 years. Dad passed away, her husband passed away. She's pretty isolated. I did more discovery and digging. The only interactions that she's getting on a daily basis are from her 2 daughters. So they're coming to visit her every day, making sure she's taken care of and everything like that, which is awesome. Some families don't even have that.
That's true. The other 20 hours of the day.
What's going on? And so I had to touch base and be a little real with that daughter that wasn't interested in making this move because she thought it was a decline. And I said, first and foremost, it doesn't have to be this community. So I want you to know I'm coming from a good place. I want to make sure it's a good fit. But if you're taking mom's situation where she's been by herself for the last 8 years, she's looking for socialization, she's looking for stimulation. What she's looking for is a purpose again. She doesn't have a purpose anymore.
That's so true.
And it's so awful to see somebody decline. And I've seen it before. I've seen residents in our community where family don't come to visit. And I see that sharp decline. So she moves into a community, ours or another one, where she now gets to meet people who have been through the same things that she has. She can now relate. She can find a friend, a buddy that she can dine with, to go to activities with. And I said, tell me what about that makes you think that she'll actually decline by moving this? I know she might be hesitant, and everyone takes a minute to get acclimated, but it's so important to, one, make sure that your mom or dad or loved one is getting a good quality of life and has a purpose again. And I feel like I convinced her. She's going to be moving mom into our community now.
I would say then yes.
But I think that sometimes it's just the miseducation and understanding that these are not the communities that mom's mom had or mom's grandma had. These are beautiful resort-like communities for the most part. That it's like, I always tagline, it's like you're a cruise ship without the seasickness. You got so many areas to go enjoy. This is not, nursing home, flickering lights and people waiting to die. This is the start of the rest of your life. And,
I love that.
And so you have to educate and you have to talk and be real with a lot of these families when they're not on the same page.
Thank you. I worked in the senior communities too, and I can echo everything you're saying. It truly is finding a new purpose and finding new things to bring you joy. So do you deal with situations like that similarly with maybe a potential resident that doesn't want to move in, but the family does want them to move?
Absolutely. That's another thing I'm sure you know, and we always deal with here. Hesitant, dragging their feet, unsure. There's different things that we can use to kind of cross those roadblocks. One of the things that Westwood does that I'm really proud of is that all of our leases or contracts are all month to month. So there isn't that long-term commitment or that sense of feeling trapped. Right. So with mom who is just mom, dad, or anyone who's just, this is such a big decision. I have, my condo or my house, and there's so many things going on. If they have the means to live in a community for a few months with rent the way it is and keep their condo or house, it's the greatest experience they can have. There's no strings attached. There's no pressure.
It's like test driving.
It's test drive. Absolutely. This is, again, your all-inclusive resort. You're paying for it for a month or two, giving it a real chance. Now, I can tell you from my experience, and maybe I'm forgetting something, but in nearly 10 years of doing this, any resident has given this a true chance, have never decided to go back home or anything else like that.
How long would you say that true chance takes to really give it?
I would say everyone's different, but getting acclimated can take anywhere from typically 3 to 8 weeks. So a month to 2 months is the real real chance, you know, that you have to give it in order to see if this is something that works or not. And I'm not saying it works for everybody. It's probably not, but giving it that chance and now knowing that you're not trapped in the back of your mind, you now can come into this with an open mind and know, worst case scenario, this isn't for me, and I give a 30-day notice and I move back. I'll even give you some furniture in the meantime if you don't feel like moving everything in. It's just, I'm here to remove those barriers. Everybody has a barrier, but it's our job to remove that barrier and make you feel welcomed and at home. And so we deal with it all the time, but giving it a real chance, you'll see the difference that it makes, and you'll see the positivity that comes from it.
So well said.
What are some of the steps that you take to make them feel comfortable during that transition?
Yeah. So first, I want to make sure, initially, I want to make sure they have everything that they need going into this. Want to know, one, is this the place for you? Is this the right fit? What are you looking for? I need to know more about our residents in order to really determine, you know, what they like, what they don't like, how we can incorporate it in their daily lives at Westwood.
Yeah.
Once they're there and while they're transitioning, our job are to, you know, we have welcoming committees. We have buddies that will come to their door and say, all right, you know, Jerry, it's time for lunch, or why don't you come with me? We'll assign them people so they can get comfortable, because
that's so cool.
Yeah. A move is tough, right? A move is tough. It doesn't matter if you're 9 or 90 years old.
100%.
You know, it's a new community. You feel like you're out of place, but here you don't. We have
You're the new kid at school.
You're right. We have so many friendly,
exactly
we have so many friendly staff, so many friendly residents. Our job is to make sure that you're acclimated and transitioning. We'll assign activity staff to get to know you, to show you around the building for the first few days or week or whatever it takes in order to make sure you're comfortable. So we're that liaison in this whole process.
It sounds like you've helped a lot of different residents become successful and have a good experience transitioning into senior living. I got to speak with a couple of your residents, like I said earlier, and one of them said, I think her name was Linda. She said, I'm treated like a queen here. I couldn't believe it. I had to like look behind my back to see if he was like waving a $20 bill.
Extra piece of pie for her.
I saw the clip, and there were about 5 gals that were just blown away.
2 of them actually said that, and they weren't around for each other's interview with me, if you will, or the conversation that we had. Two
it was very
separate
natural,
women.
and you could tell that that was something that they wanted other people to know. They were proud of where they were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the friends, the friendship, like they're out waiting for each other to come back.
Yeah, they are. It is, like I said earlier, it's a sense of family. It really is. Not just the staff, but our residents. And for us, word of mouth has been the biggest driver. We've just celebrated our 1-year anniversary. In the last week of September, we opened up. Wow. Yep. So,
just like the last year of your happy marriage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tied in together forever.
Yeah, absolutely. So, opening up last September, we have 118 apartments. Nice. And by our first anniversary, we had 107 apartments filled out of the 118.
Congratulations.
That's insane.
I didn't think something like that would be possible either, but it's like, I think it's a testament. It's a testament to how happy residents are. They're telling other people. It's common sense. If you have a large, you know, group of residents in your community that aren't happy, they're going to tell their family. Their family is going to tell their neighbors, everything else like that. That's what we are in this industry. It's our reputation and word of mouth. And so the fact that we have filled a community this quickly, we got past that awkward stage, you know, where you get a new building and you only have 5 or 6 residents. It's like,
I've been there.
What the heck are we doing around here? It's like, what do you guys want for dinner today? Or what do you want to do today? It's like, you know, I've been through an opening of a building before where it was not as, you know, filled that quick. And I thought, this is incredible. And we've got so many positive things going on, so many happy residents. This has been, it's been one of the greatest achievements. One of my proudest moments of being in this industry is making sure that so many people have been happy. And so we have so many satisfied people.
It's time for the Senior Podcast Show, Senior Spotlight, where seniors share their stories.
I'm glad that my children found this place for me. When my husband died, it was very hard for me. And everybody here has welcomed me. I don't mean to cry, but it's so encouraging to make me want to come here and also to leave here and go on an excursion. or go upstairs and do crafts, or just to get out of your room for a time limit. And that was helpful for me. You should check out where your parents are going to go and use them as an example. You know, like my mom likes to do this or my dad likes to do this, and can they do it here? And I told my kids I don't want to go to a nursing home where you just sit there and whatever. I'm a people person, and I have to have communication with people. And I'm so glad that they found this. It's close to where I lived and where they live, so it's convenient for everyone. So this is so nice. I never knew that anything like this was available, and young people should look at this for their parents. Kids told me I was going to be treated like a queen, and I said, yes, I am, and I really appreciate that.
My name is Donna Casaban. I've been here for 7 months, and at the beginning I was kind of nervous about the whole thing, but I'm fine now. I enjoy being here. I have a lot of nice friends, and I have a great time. But you can't just sit in your room. That's one thing you cannot do. And anything that's going on, I'm out of here. My family comes, they call, I'm coming over, or I'm bringing a pizza. Come on. I think it's wonderful, and I love it. And I don't care what anybody says if my grandson's always over, because he's just the way he is.
My name is Barb Glorial, and I reside here at Westwood, and I really enjoy staying here. Justin and Sonia are so wonderful. They treat you like you're a queen, and everybody here is nice and helpful, and I just enjoy everything about it so far.
Today, we were taking care of some clients. 3 ladies signed with us for us to relocate them into the same building, and there's a 4th that we have an appointment with. So it's actually, they take their neighborhood and they bring their neighborhood to you, and it's their new neighborhood. So they do come in.
Yeah,
they do come in more
incredible.
than one a lot of times.
Yeah,
so it's a really cool transition to watch, even from our perspective.
And I know you talked a little bit about how many apartments that you guys have, but what kind of care do you have? What kind of entertainment do the residents like to see? I mean, because that's the real fun stuff.
That's the real fun. Yeah, I can talk to you till I'm blue in the face, but you know, you have to see this community. It's a gorgeous place. So we have a full continuum of care, independent living, assisted living, memory care. The one I would say differentiator for us is even our independent living is licensed by the state. So our whole community is licensed.
Wow.
That's big.
Yeah, that's very rare.
It's something
to
you
find.
won't find a lot of places. So all of our apartments are set up to where if you come as independent, not needing help with your activities of daily living, and you start needing care after 6 months, a year, or anything like that, you don't have to move your apartment. You get to stay in your same apartment. You don't have to move your floor or your hallway or anything like that. You get to keep your neighbors, keep that environment that you were used to, keep that, Glenda on the side and Sophia on your right, because those are your best friends. You don't have to move to a different area. You get to dine in the same areas, do the same activities. And so we have all of that stuff, which is really great. We also have a secured memory care that we're really proud of as well. So we'll have 80 apartments that are designated for assisted living and independent, and then 38 that are secured memory care. We've got so much common area in the place.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. It's incredible when they were building the community. A lot of builders, a lot of owners, their idea of a successful building is cramming as many apartments into a certain space as they can, right?
Yeah.
Because profit is everything.
Yes,
An
absolutely.
Yeah, that's revenue. Revenue is everything. They have such a unique design for this community that the whole center of the building, and even in the hallways, you have common areas and living room areas all over. So that's our way of encouraging families and visitors to be there on a daily basis. Nothing is more important to than family to us. So we have enclosed courtyards that have grills that you can come have barbecues at. We have different dining rooms. So if you want a different setting for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you can change it up and feel like you're in a different restaurant. We've got a movie theater, comfortable chairs. We've got fitness centers, craft rooms, everything that you would think, game room. And then, of course,
a bar.
The pub, right? Pub is
We can't miss that
the
one.
most popular spot in the community. It goes without saying.
I don't blame them.
We have happy hour every day at 4 o'clock. Happy hour includes coffee, water, pop, wine, beer.
Can visitors come?
Huh? Visitors are welcome. Family are welcome. Everything is
4.
included.
Yeah, 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Okay, I'll be there.
Am I of age yet?
You are of age, my friend. And you know what? We can open up the courtyard and hang out there too.
Yeah,
So
that's just it. That when people have those reservations, I'm like, when you talk to me like that, I'm like, I don't have to cook and I don't also have to clean. Sign me up.
Don't have to do your laundry, nothing.
Forget
And
it.
guess what? Every day, have yourself a glass of wine, invite your family, invite your neighbors. It's all included. It's even for your guests and visitors. That's just another way we encourage you guys to be here. If a glass of wine encourages your daughter to come by every day at 4 o'clock, that was nothing to us, but I know it means the world to that resident. So it's all that matters.
You can tell family completely just revolves around the environment there.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, it does.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad that you've had a chance to make a difference in so many people's lives. I was lucky enough, like I said, I got to experience it. I know Paul has got to experience it too. So now we're going to share a little bit with our listeners about our $500 giveaway.
Go ahead.
The Senior Companies is proud to sponsor the Senior Podcast Show's $500 giveaway. The giveaway link is in the video description listed down below. There are 8 options to gain entries. Do some or all to better your chances of winning. Entries include visiting the Senior Companies on YouTube, visiting the Senior Movers on Facebook, following the Senior Podcast Show on Spotify, visiting theseniormovers.com, visiting the Senior Advisors on Vimeo, entering the secret code, visiting thesenior-advisors.com, and you can get 10 bonus entries for completing every action. See you on the next Senior Podcast Show, and good luck.
I want to thank Paul Burkhart for joining us. He is the one that makes all of this happen, so we're so thankful for him. Justin, thank you so much for sharing all of the amazing things about your community, all of your experience. Can you please really quickly just let our listeners know where they can contact you, where you're located, how can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. Westwood Inn is located on 23 Mile east of Romeo Plank in Macomb Township, right next to the fire station, police station. So no safer community around.
Another good point.
Yeah. You can visit our website, westwoodinseniorliving.com. You can reach the building at 586-267-9500. Ask for myself or my partner in crime, Sonia. We're always around to help you answer any questions and get you the information that you need.
Thank you so much. If you have any questions for Audra or myself, you can reach us at 586-204-8500. Cheers to coming.
Cheers.
Thank you so much. We appreciate
Congrats.
it. So sorry,
Thank you.
Paul.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And
Thank you,
congratulations
everyone.
on the
Thank you.
upcoming nuptials.